Hi, my name is Kiana and welcome back to Wellness and Motherhood. In today's video, I will be telling you how my husband and I were able to purchase 3 acres of land without any credit checks and very little money down. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about why we decided to purchase land. We are planning to build our dream homestead. We have 2 young children. They are 4 and 2, and my husband and I have grew up in the city, and we have lived in the city pretty much our entire lives. And we are just so tired of the noise and the commotion, and with the rising cost of food, the rising crime, and the rising social drama, we would just love to have a little bit of break from all of this noise. So we purchased 3 acres of land in a rural part of Southern Virginia. It is a completely wooded lot that we have been clearing ourselves using a chainsaw, and it has been a tremendously fun experience. Would have thought I would have had so much fun cutting down trees. It's leaning, it's leaning, it's leaning. Our expectation is that when we officially move down there, we will feel closer to God, closer to nature, closer to each other, closer to the land, closer to our food. We plan to grow our own food, homeschool our kids, and we can engage with the world when we want to, and then still have a sanctuary to retreat back to, at the end of the day. And that is our goal. And I just pray that, it is able to come into fruition. And if that's something that you also want to accomplish, then you may want to stick around to hear how we were able to purchase the 3 acres. So, we used a land investment company. We only had to put down, I think it was 10%. And the 3 acres cost $35,000. So we put down about $3,500, and our payment is about $415 a month. And we kind of had no clue what we were doing. We had done some research and watched some YouTube videos and looked up some things on what to look out for when purchasing raw land. And with this company that we used, they did have a soil test that they provided us with. We were very skeptical. We didn't use a real estate agent, so we were just like, okay, we hope this isn't some shady company that is going to rip us off. But we verified after we purchased it that it is in our name. They handled all the paperwork, all the title work. And it is registered in our name on the county website currently, so we didn't get ripped off. And it was had a soil test done for a well and a septic and a 2-bedroom house. We'll probably have to redo that later because I think we want something a little bit bigger than that. But at the end of the day, we were just really excited, and we just wanted to buy land. We just wanted to grow food. We were so, like, I don't want to say we were desperate, but we were just over city life, and we couldn't really afford a house. So raw land was pretty much our only option. And we're like, we will sleep in a tent. Like, we can sleep in the car. We can get an RV. We'll figure it out. We just want out of this hellhole that we're currently in. I don't want to call it a hellhole because God has blessed us with this house and the money that we have, and food. We are tremendously grateful, but we are so ready to get out of here. And we just want to, like I said, just be immersed in the land, in the nature, and grow food. Oh my goodness, these kids, they eat $6 cartons of blueberries and blackberries. Like, those fruits are expensive. It's sort of like if we buy organic food, and just every time I go to the grocery store, like watching all these homesteaders online and seeing the abundance of crops that they have, and then I go to the grocery store and I'm spending $300-$400 for organic food, and I'm just, I can grow this, I can grow this, I can grow this, I can grow this. It's insane. So we're just so excited to just be able to grow our own. And then the quality of food today is really trash. And so we're just really excited to be able to invest in our soil and grow our own food, live on our land, get some vitamin D. I'm taking vitamin D supplements every day because I don't get enough of it because I'm always in the house. And if I'm not in the house, then I get in the car. And it's just, just this lifestyle is really like, okay, yes, I could get more sun living in the city, but I expect that it would be easier once we move to the country. We are going to have an outdoor kitchen. So I'm going to have to go outside and get in, and I think it'll be challenging, but I'm also looking forward to the health benefits that I think it would offer us. And I'm excited to take you guys along on the journey and just to share how it's going, the pros, the cons, challenges, the blessings, all of it. If you are also looking into purchasing land, you may want to look up some land investment companies in your area. There are actually a lot of them, and they're not very well marketed, I guess. Like I had to look for one, I had to find one. So yeah, I mean, if you can afford a house, but the houses like were baby. This is little Aiden. He just got it from his nap. Did you have a good nap? Are you ready to move to the land? He says, Mommy, I want to pick chickens up. I want to pick chickens up. So, if you are looking to purchase land, I would consider one. Where do you want to go? Like I said, we are coming from the Baltimore area on the East Coast, and we just pretty much kept going further south until we found something we can afford. We kind of didn't really care where, unless there were some few things that we wanted, like didn't want to be further than 30 to 45 minutes from a city. We wanted to make sure that the kids would have opportunities to play and engage. So we looked at things like dance schools and gymnastics, and to see how far some of those things were for the kids. Grocery stores, a Target. Like we looked up to see how far these things were. We were also looking into like the crime rate in certain areas. So we didn't want to be anywhere that had high crime. What are some other things that we considered? Budget, obviously. We didn't want to go over a certain amount. We also have to think of how much land we wanted. So we were looking for at minimum between 3 and 5 acres, and we purchased around 3 acres. I think it's important to think of what you want to do with your land, and then know that you can always move. Like if there are plenty of people that we follow on social media who started out with something smaller and then they upgraded to a bigger property of land. But to start out, we wanted at least 3 to 5 acres. And then so after you figured out where you want to go, what sorts of amenities you want to have in the neighborhood or the area, and you figured out your budget, you figured out how much land you need, then you can just start your search. You can look for properties that are already listed for sale, or you can look up properties that aren't listed that may be vacant. The company that we purchased our land from, they purchased it at a tax sale. But those, you typically have to pay cash for them. So if you have the money, tax sales are a good place to look for affordable land. Owner financing is an option. There are people who do that, where if the owner is not using the property, they may be willing to offer it to you under terms. There would have to be we didn't go that route, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know there would definitely should be some lawyers involved, to get all the contracts and the payment plan situated so that nobody gets screwed over, essentially. And that is pretty much it. Like, our process was pretty smooth. Like, our closing was less than about 30 days, and they had did the title work and everything very quick. And we've already had to pay land tax, which is only about $50, property taxes, and it was overall a smooth experience. And so far, we've been driving down, we've camped out on the land a few times, we've been cutting down trees, we've been burning brush piles, and it's been so much fun. This little one loves it. You can't really see him. He's really excited to move down to the land. Are you excited to move down to the land? Yes, you were helping with the burn piles. Yes, you were. You were throwing things in there. Yes, we had a lot of fun. We stayed in a tent down there and they had a ball. So I just hope that you found some value in this video. And if you are looking to purchase some land, I wish you the best of luck. And I just pray that you were able to do all the things that you wish to do on your land without any trouble or any issues. No government authorities are rolling up on you trying to tell you what you can and cannot do with your property. And I would just pray that you do your research, do your due diligence before making any purchases. And I wish you all the best. Bye.